Listen, babe.
Welcome to
Coco Caliente. So, we went to...
Oh, Charleston.
Nicole had no idea.
I'm like, wait, where did we go?
Yeah, where did we go? We went to Charleston and it was awesome.
Victor kept saying Charlotte. He's like, we're going to Charlotte. I was like, no, it's Charleston. He was getting the Carolinas mixed up.
Isn't Charlotte in North Carolina?
One's in North and one's in South. So Charleston's in South Carolina.
Charleston is in South Carolina?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, but we just went there.
So
where did we go?
We went to South Carolina.
We went to South Carolina? Yes. I thought we went to North Carolina.
No.
All right.
Charlotte's in North Carolina.
See, this is...
Because Zakiya is from Charlotte, which is North Carolina.
Charlestown is in... I'm going to have to look it up now because if not, it'll bug me.
It is.
South Carolina, you're absolutely right. And I've been telling people now, like I was out and about today and yesterday and this weekend, oh, yeah, we went to North Carolina, Charleston.
You seriously been saying that?
I didn't think I had to Google it. I feel so silly right now.
You should feel silly.
Charlotte is in...
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Wow. I really fudged that up.
Yeah, and you studied social studies and history and stuff.
I do like geography. I will say I'm not the best at tying cities to states.
You're a lot better than me, though.
Yes, I am. But what I'm decently good at is places around the world, right? Like saying a country, it's like, oh, that's in Eastern Europe, or that's in Southeast Asia, or something like that.
You didn't book it, so really, you just showed up. So it's not like you had to... I saw it on the computer, like booking flights and booking the hotel.
Oh, my God. Nicole has been... I was telling Nicole yesterday, I feel like we've been doing thing after thing after thing. And I had training for work for 2 weeks, Monday through Friday. And every day that I had off before that, I think maybe like a month before that, and every day that I had off after that, Nicole has something planned for us. I told her yesterday I feel like we're some type of royal family or celebrity, and she's buying me outfits because apparently I don't have enough clothes. Like all she does when we were going to Charleston, she's like, "You got to pack your own stuff." Like she was being sassy with me that day. She's like, "You're gonna have to pack your own stuff," and I was like, "News to me. I always pack my own stuff." And then when we go into our closet, which is basically a bedroom converted into a closet, she's just laughing at me. She's like, "So you're just going to take all the stuff that you always take?" And she bought me an outfit for our
baby shower.
She bought me an outfit for our baby shower. She's like, "You don't have any nice clothes. You can just take that clothes that I bought you, I guess." And then I almost had to wear that outfit the first night that we went out because Nicole's getting dressed and she has all these fancy clothes with tags. And I'm like, I got some Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, my gosh.
And she's like, you could just wear that. And I was like, no, I can come up with something. And I came up with something and I made it work. I ended up having to use that outfit later on the trip.
Oh my goodness. So I just bought him a couple more plain shirts and another plain pair of dress pants so he can mix and match we have maternity photos in a couple days and then we have a baby shower.
Telling you, we got event after event after event. And we were having this conversation, Nicole and I, because I think, well, not all guys are the same, but I think a lot of guys have the issue that I have where I have just a couple of nice things for nice events that don't happen all the time. And then I just have a bunch of clothes that I recycle, that I just mix and match the shirt and the pants.
No, I'll tell you your problem.
Okay, go ahead.
I buy Victor a lot of nice clothes. He refuses to hang dry anything. So he wears it. He wears everything once, and then he shrinks a $60 shirt that he wears once, and then he's like, he throws it in a trash bag and says, "Give this to your cousins. It doesn't fit me anymore." And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm done buying you clothes.
Okay, but they should honestly make the material good enough to where you can wash and dry and it doesn't shrink and look like a crop top. I swear, half of the shirts I buy, they come out of the dryer and I put them on. I'm like, I did not remember buying a muscle shirt. Right?
There's just some
exposes my belly button, or the torso becomes extremely small to where it's just like to my waistline.
So he already doesn't have a ton of clothes, and he just filled a big black garbage bag full of clothes. And I made him go through it and try stuff on that he's only worn once. And he did have his belly button hanging out. But it's ridiculous because
she's like, no. She goes, that shirt's fine. And I go, yeah. But when I lift up my arms and then my belly button pops out, I'm like, I'm not wearing this.
But it was worn once and it's size large. So now I'm thinking, when I just ordered you... Oh, and I also...
Do not order me extra large. I swear.
So this is how nice I am.
Oh, here we go.
I not only ordered you stuff from Amazon, but I also used my guest's birthday. So it's my birthday month.
Oh,
they give me a credit.
Oh,
and I'm like,
that's very nice of you.
And so I used that, and I bought you shirts, and I was very torn if I should get you extra large.
Oh my God.
Because of the dryer.
I am not an extra large. I really am not.
But Vic, once that was dried, if you got an extra large and you dried it, I feel like it would still fit you.
Okay,
but I didn't do it, and now I feel like I'm going to regret it.
The thing with the hang drying situation, Nicole does this all the time. She hangs dries stuff. But when for some reason all the clothes that comes out hang dried for me looks like pruny skin that's been in the hot tub for like 2 hours, right? It's super wrinkly. Mm-hmm. And when I look at it, I'm like, this mess, I don't even want to deal with this, let alone try to iron it out and put it on. Like, there's too much going on.
You're just supposed to throw it in the dryer for a little bit with like a wet something.
I'm the one that told you that. I showed you that trick.
Yeah, then just do that.
Yeah, I guess.
Me, it doesn't really bother me. A lot of my clothes, I'll be honest, I don't even have to like really put through the washer.
Yeah.
It's more like spot cleaning because it's like nice material. Victor will wear something so he'll put on a really, really nice shirt. We're so different. I'm very protective over washing my clothes. Like it must go through the washer. If it's going to go, it better be bad because it never comes out the same. Where Victor will put on a brand new nice shirt for 15 minutes. And then next thing you know, I see it in the hamper. I'm just like, oh my God.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird and it's just a thing, an OCD thing for me, but I can't. I don't know. I put it on once and I have to, and now, my jeans I'm pretty good about reusing a few times before I wash it, but.
Those you used to wash every time, and I was like, Vic.
Those things, though, they get tight.
Yeah.
When I say my jeans get tight.
I don't dry my jeans. I can't.
They look like leggings.
I know.
I have.
What'd you do with that?
Doesn't help my thunder thighs either.
What'd you do with the nice outfit, the white shirt and pink pants from Charleston?
The pink pants were washed and dried.
Oh, God. Do they fit still?
The white shirt has not been washed yet. It's sitting with the other white clothes
okay, I'll do that.
On the ground over there. Yeah, I don't know. And
see, did those pink pants need to be washed?
Yeah.
He only wore them for a couple hours out to dinner. Probably 2 hours total the whole day with no stain on them, and they're dress pants. Those definitely didn't need to be washed.
They were washed, so they're clean now. My other issue that's happened to me throughout the years, and I had these shorts that we bought for Florida for the wedding that I really liked. They're almost like board shorts, mm-hmm. And they look like they can be nice shorts, but they're also waterproof, right? So you can hop in the pool with them. Well, I must have left like some chapstick or something in the washer, and then they went into the dryer, and there was oil stains all over them. And I'm like, what? How does this happen to me? Like, I barely had things I don't like.
He already had no clothes, and in Charleston, he puts on 2 pairs of shorts, and they had oil stains all over them.
And I didn't find out until Charleston. Like, I took I looked at them really quick when I got them out of the washer, and I was like, okay, these are good, and I find out over there. But I washed them when we got home with the Tide Pods.
Did it come out?
It came out.
Oh, good.
So that was lucky. Anyway.
That was a long conversation about laundry.
That was a long rant. But yeah, how'd you like Charleston?
I love Charleston. I think that's my new favorite place in the United States.
Better than Nashville?
I do love Nashville, but I feel like Nashville, like a couple years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, no, Nashville's better. But Nashville now, because it's so populated and everything, I act like I'm a local, which I'm not. I'm a tourist there.
Well, everything's just been going up. The real estate, everything, it's getting overcrowded.
But I just, I don't know. I think I loved Charleston because it was different, and it kind of felt like it felt like a very little romantic city. Kind of felt like Paris a little bit. I don't know what Paris feels like, but I think that's what it felt like.
You know what I like about Charleston versus Nashville? Nashville, it has these sections, right? Mm-hmm. So you're in these mm-hmm. two streets, and this section have some shops and restaurants. And then you have to go to another area, and then that place has stuff. And then you go to another area and that place. In Charleston, everything. Like, you can walk for miles, and there's going to be shops all around that area. And restaurants.
And it's different. So when you grow up a little bit, like me growing up, Charleston's a very mature area. You can feel the prestige as you're walking the streets. Everyone has their crap together. Like, it's not a drunken mess where I feel like Nashville, bachelor parties. It's fun. It's dancing, but it reminds me of me being in my young 20s wanting to party. I'm past that. Not to mention I'm pregnant, so I can't drink.
Charleston did seem like it had a separate section that if you were younger and wanted to party, you can go over there.
You're right.
But it wasn't in the middle of everything. It was kind of like you go down this other street and go a couple miles that way, and then that's where that section was. And that's where we got Jenny's ice cream, actually.
Yes, and I felt like we were kind of just like put back in time. It was really weird. And I do respect... we have to tell them about the giving those people a ride to the airport. But I really respect that they don't let like a lot of they don't let Ubers or Lyfts that we know of because
we didn't do our research after the fact. This is just saying now because we didn't see them there.
Right, and we took our first pedicab ride.
That was oh my gosh.
Oh my God, it was like $52.
So our dinner that night, I mean, we try to have a really nice dinner. It's our last night there. And we went to this place called Franny, no?
Yeah. Franny and the Fox.
Okay, so we went there. It was really good. We enjoyed it. Good food, all that stuff. And it was like, I don't know, like $100, right? Because it was a nice place, and we were lucky that we could even get in because you need reservations.
We got really lucky. We were going to just sit at the bar because everything. Okay, so we didn't realize if you go to Charleston, you have to make your dinner reservations like 2 weeks ahead of even being there because the steakhouse, the chop house that everyone told us about in Magnolias was booked till like June 13th, and it was like June 2nd.
And then all the other places on the list of top places to eat when you search there were all booked as well.
So then we found this other place, and I was like, okay, this place looks really cool. Or Vic found it, I don't know who. And then I called, and I was like, hey, I understand you're booked for the night, but do you guys take walk-ins? That's not called walk-ins. What did I call it?
Yeah, a walk-in.
Like, or you just and they're
or like a wait list. Do you have a wait list?
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, you can come eat at the bar, and the bar was outside, and it was really nice still. And I was like, all right, Vic, let's just do it. Otherwise, we were gonna have to eat at the same restaurant we eat at the first night, and we wanted something different. And so then when we showed up, they're like, hey, we just had a cancellation. Do you guys want it? And
the stars aligned. And it was a table for 4. So we had like a lot of space. It wasn't just a small table. We got really, really lucky.
This episode is brought to you by Ancient Nutrition. You don't have to scroll very far down on your newsfeed to find a story about the restorative effects of collagen. It's all the rage, but it's way more than just hype. Get the very best collagen on the market from Ancient Nutrition. They have one goal, to transform the health of every individual on the planet with the history's most powerful superfoods.
Whether you want to improve your body, sharpen your mind, or just feel like your best self, Ancient Nutrition makes supplements that get real results you can see and feel. So actually, I use it. And I use their multi-collagen protein powder, and it has 5 different types of collagen. It's the first and only collagen on the market with clinically studied ingredients that are proven to help reduce joint discomfort. And I run every day, and so that's really honestly perfect for me. It also improves fine lines and wrinkles after 4 weeks and transforms your overall skin tone after 8 weeks. What I also like is I can put it in any of my shakes. So I mix up my shakes with a bunch of different fruits and granola. But Ancient Nutrition is actually, it's unflavored and it dissolves in any liquid. So I put a scoop in the morning when I do my workouts or in the evening. And you can even put it on like baked goods, which is actually really, really awesome.
Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 20% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com right now and enter promo code COCO at checkout. That's ancientnutrition.com. Enter promo code COCO for 20% off your first order. ancientnutrition.com. Enter promo code COCO at checkout.
But anyway, so we leave there. we had rented a car, but we opted to walk to this place because I was like, man, maybe I'll have a drink or whatever. And then the town is so nice, and at night it's
It wasn't
cool.
a far walk.
And it wasn't a far walk, so
But
Nicole,
I mean, it was kind of far walk.
Well, Nicole, after we got there, she's like, oh,
my feet
are swollen. I'm tired. Like,
because we had a walking tour previously that morning.
And so we were like, well, let's try a pedicab. And like, yeah, it can't be that expensive. And so we went and got ice cream.
I was expecting $12, okay?
We went and got ice cream, and then we went back to the hotel, and it was like $40-something plus a tip.
Yeah, it was $52 total. But I was like, oh my goodness, because I was like, that is expensive ice cream.
That was half of our. That with the ice cream was close to what our meal was.
I know. It was just like, but they make good money if you think about it. It was 30 minutes, but he didn't pedal us for 30 minutes. We waited in Jenny's line for probably like 12 minutes.
And we didn't cut him the time off.
Yeah, we
like
just
that.
said you can
just.
I was just like, you can just keep
Run
it
the clock,
running.
yeah.
Like, it's fine. So, but he was sweating and stuff, and I felt bad. But I would rather is it weird? I'd rather make like a pedicab driver drive me than a horse. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like
but the
person is wanting to do this.
Yes, the person signed up and knew what they were signing up for. That horse did not sign up to drag people around all day for tours.
Exactly, with the thing in their mouth, and they're just like annoyed at some point. So then I'm just like, okay, the pedicab driver, this is an optional thing for him. Like he could do a lot of different things, and he enjoyed it. And, you know,
he was talking to us the whole time.
It's a great way to stay in shape. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take you instead.
So, yeah, anyway, so Charleston, it was fun. We had a great time. But how is it for you, I wonder, traveling and doing this stuff, walking around and everything while being pregnant?
That's a good question.
Because somebody that maybe is pregnant now or about to become pregnant, thinking about, look, how's it going to be? Can I even travel? Like, how many weeks were you?
30, between 31 and 32 when we traveled.
So how was that experience?
The doctor
for you?
says, like, my doctor is really, really, really chill. And so he's like up to 36 weeks. I think that Google says like 34 weeks. Really, the airlines don't want you to fly if you're like 34 or over because you really don't want to have your baby on a plane. And I understand that. I wasn't ever worried about that. As far as walking around and stuff, the walking tour really got me because that was like 2 hours straight. Yeah,
just being on your feet.
But besides that, I felt really good. And I also feel like I'm not huge. My belly's not huge for 31, 32 weeks. I think it could be a lot bigger. So, I mean,
it's good to stay active, I guess. And
it was good for me to walk.
Yeah.
It was, and the food was awesome. I literally gained, I think, 4 pounds in 4 days. But I think I was just so swollen because I had a doctor appointment the day we got back. I had an ultrasound. And then, okay, maybe it was like 2 pounds. Yeah, I think it was like 2 pounds. But still, that was like a big fluctuation. And when I got home from the trip, the first time ever, my feet, you saw them.
Yeah,
they took the
like
shape
balloons.
of my sandals. I was like, oh my God. But it was a combination of terrible food, walking a lot, and traveling.
Yeah.
But I would totally recommend, like, do the Babymoon. I would say between... I'd say 28 weeks would be a really great time. I'd say that's a really safe, really great time because now I'm even thinking about our maternity shoot. We're going to be like, I want to be 33, almost 34 weeks. And that's just not ideal. That's when you start to get swollen and puffy and, you know, you want to just feel like really pretty and cute and glowy. And now's the time when my body's going to start shifting and I'm going to be like, okay. But it was fun.
You'll be beautiful no matter what. And speaking of which, before we forget, the airport ride. So, Nicole goes, and you could tell a story. I could tell it either.
Go ahead. You're a better storyteller. Honey.
So Nicole goes. We're leaving the hotel. We're gonna go check out. I tell Nicole, all right, hey, you check out.
6 a.m.
You check out. I'll leave the bags here at the lobby, and I'm gonna go get the car that was at the parking garage next door. Right. So I go get the car, and I drive back, and then Nicole comes up to me when I pull up, and she's like, hey, these people, they need a ride to the airport. And I said,
it was just a woman at the time.
And I said we'd give them a ride. And I'm like, what? And she tells me, well, I met them. I was at the counter. I was going to check out. And then the lady was there asking if there was any taxis.
And she couldn't find Uber or Lyft on her phone.
And she couldn't find Uber or Lyft, and she asked me, is she like, She goes, are you trying to get to the airport too? And she was really nice, and she was probably around 50s. And I was like, well, no, I'm not trying to get a lift or anything. Because then I was like, gosh, I'm like a little scared, but not really. You know, you're just like a little weary. And then she's like, oh, okay. And then I said, I'm just trying to check out. And she goes, oh, so you are going to the airport. And I was like, yeah, we rented a car. And she goes, oh my God, I'll pay you anything. And I was like, okay. It was just like she was awkward, but she was so nice. It was totally amazing. But at the same time, I was like, Vic's going to kill me. And Nicole told me, she's like, yeah, so we're going to take these people to the airport. And I was like, okay. And the lady comes out with her husband. I'm like, all right, just throw your luggage in, I guess. Hop in the back.
and we rented a car, but we got a van. So I was like, this is why God gave us a van.
Yeah, this is a good advice for people if you're traveling. If you're traveling, and I used to work at Enterprise Car Rental, this is where my experience comes from. If you are traveling and you don't need a big car, it's not an absolute necessity that you need a big car, especially if you're going on a weekend that's not crazy busy, right? If you're not going on a big holiday where you're like, I kind of need a bigger vehicle, but I can kind of chance it, rent the smallest car they have. Because if they don't have the small car that you rented, they're going to have to upgrade you to any other vehicle that they have to accommodate you, but you're only going to pay the small car price.
But don't do this if you
can't. Absolutely need a larger vehicle, don't do this because you could just end up getting the small car, right? So in our case, we get there, we land, and this is what they'll try to do. They're going to try to upgrade you because you don't know any better because you're a normal person that's never worked at a car rental agency before. So she tells me, okay, what vehicle do you have? Compact? Well, we have these other vehicles if you'd like to upgrade for only this many dollars a day. And, she's trying to give me the spiel. And I go, no, just, give me whatever you have, like whatever you have that I rented, the thing that I rented. She's like, okay, well, I got a minivan for you. And I'm like, minivan, that's normally a couple $100s a day.
It's
more
expensive.
than what we would have gotten. And I was like, okay, we got a minivan.
It was brand new.
And so, and we got a minivan without paying the upgrade charge. So if you can, and you don't need to, might as well rent the smallest one and you might get a free upgrade. Don't let them force upgrade you if you don't need it because they might give it to you anyways.
Yeah, and reflecting if we needed a car or not, it's kind of a hard decision because there really is no Uber or Lyft. So in that moment in the morning, we would have all four been stuck there trying to get a ride to the airport. But we really only used it when we went to Folly Beach and then went to and from the airport. And we went to Magnolia's Plantation and Garden. So I guess we used it those times. But other than that, we really just walked everywhere. So if you just planned on exploring the town, I would definitely say stay in the historic district. And
you don't have to rent a car, and just make sure you have you set up a taxi before the day that you have to leave to come pick you up to the airport.
And I think I had the most fun just staying downtown.
And it was really nice relaxing at the rooftop pool. I fell asleep. I fell asleep more in the daytime than I've ever in my life, but I needed the rest. Kind of worked out really well.
Yeah, you should have saw Victor up there. He did. He was loving life. It was funny.
All right, baby. You said you had a...
It's not weird or normal time yet, is it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Wow.
All right, here we go. Weird.
Or...
No.
Okay, I don't really like how we start off this. Is it weird? Is it normal? So I'm just going to say...
Make a blank statement and we'll go from there.
Eating your food on your plate from your least favorite to your most favorite. I know people who do the opposite.
I do.
So which way do you do it?
I judge it on the sides of the plate, right? If there's a lot of stuff on the plate, especially if there's a lot of stuff that I don't like, it'll deter me from starting from that. But if it's only a little thing, let's say there's like 2 things of broccoli, right? Or 3 things of broccoli.
Oh my God, you have broccoli on your plate? Who are you?
Well, that's what I mean. So if that's on there and they're not big chunks of broccoli, I'm like, all right, I'll eat the broccoli and then I'll eat everything else. But if it's a whole salad, I'm like, I don't even want to mess with the salad because I don't even really want salad, and then I'll attack the food. So it kind of depends on the plate, but I normally...
So you just wouldn't eat the salad, though, so that doesn't count.
But it just depends, because sometimes I will. Sometimes I will eat the stuff that I don't like.
I'm going to tell you what's on your plate.
Okay, here we go.
You have stuffing, mashed potatoes, and meatballs. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's like your favorite meal. Your favorite thing on your plate is what?
Oh, I'm eating all of that, though. Then nothing's getting left behind.
But out of the three, what's the order?
That I'm eating it in?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll probably attack a scoop of mashed potatoes and stuffing first.
Better question. What's your last bite?
My last bite.
Your last bite.
So in a meal like that, I think it's important to combine all components.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay.
I don't know how to ask you this. Okay, so let me say what I do, Victor, because I'm over it.
Well, because the only reason I'm saying it is because I don't want to eat a meatball by itself. I'd rather cut the meatball in half, each one of them, and then have a piece of each thing. Mashed potatoes. So
you're going to eat it all. Your last bite is all three.
No, my last bite, mashed potatoes will get eaten first. My last bite
because
is
it's your
stuffing,
least favorite.
and no, it's not my least favorite. I love it all.
Oh my god,
that's a bad example because I really like all those foods. You can't make me pick between things that I like.
There's a little scoop of green beans on there.
Green beans not touched.
Okay, see, not touched is not. It is not. You saying you're not going to touch something is not helping the situation. Okay, so for me, I eat. I love my food to touch. I love it to mix. I'm totally cool with that. I will save my favorite thing for last, which will always be pasta salad. Will always be on my plate. Today I ate a vegan chicken Caesar salad, and then I had hummus with pretzels. Okay, so I was feeling it out. I had a little bit of salad, and then I had a little bit of hummus and pretzels, and I was really feeling the hot sauce hummus and pretzels, so I decided to save. I was like, all right, it's so good. I'm going to leave a little bit. I'm going to finish this salad, and then I'm going to treat myself with this hummus and pretzels. So that is how I eat. I know, my friend Jessica from high school. Mm-hmm. She is opposite. She's the same as me. Someone I know is, because I remember talking about this. They eat
everything they like first?
Yes, which made sense when they were explaining it, because when you're full, then they'll just leave it on their plate.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that does make sense, because if I'm leaving my favorite thing on the plate, I'm eating the whole plate. Mm-hmm. Whether I'm going to puke or not, I'm eating the whole thing. Yeah. So it's just interesting how your brain works.
That is true. That is very true. I don't know. But I do find myself sometimes in situations where I'll eat something that I don't like because there's not a lot of it.
To get it over with.
And I'll get it over because there's not a lot of it. If there's a lot of it, there's no chance. I maybe have one bite and that's it, but it's not getting eaten all.
Another thing, too, is if you're eating with, say, you and I are eating together, mm-hmm. and I eat off your plate quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I eat more than you eat off my plate because you always have extra for some reason. And so it's dangerous to save your favorite things, because if I'm done eating, then I can pick and eat it off your plate. Mm-hmm. So you have to be really careful who you're eating around. Say, if you have onion rings or French fries, those are totally, some of them are making it on my plate.
So, and this is a conversation that we were having with a couple friend of ours where... And I think it's just because Nicole eats with her family a lot, and so do they. They eat with her family a lot. But let's say in a normal circumstance, nobody else, and it's just me and Nicole. Like she just said, she's more apt to eat off my plate than I am to eat off her plate. Yeah. Right? And so it's one of those things where we go to a restaurant. Nicole's like, well, are you going to order the fries? Because if you're ordering the fries, I'm ordering this. And I'm like, no. If you want fries, order fries. And I will also order fries.
No.
And then if you want onion rings as well, order onion rings. And then you'll have fries and onion rings. Because I'm going to eat my fries. That's how I think. That's how it processes in my mind.
But he doesn't. He has 50 fries.
Or I order chicken Alfredo. And she's like, ooh, so you're getting the chicken Alfredo because I kind of wanted that? Okay, so I'm going to get this other thing, then we can share. And I'm like, well, I didn't want the other thing that you were going to get. Because if I wanted the other thing, I would have ordered the other thing. I just want my chicken Alfredo.
Just clarify that I eat the Alfredo, not the chicken.
Yeah. She likes the noodles.
But I do like to share. I would never order the same thing as you. But you and I eat so differently. It's hard to share. So that when we can share, I get excited.
And we do that sometimes. We'll split barely ever does that happen, but it happens every once in a while, and it's like the stars are aligning.
You've been in Charleston. You were really awesome. He tried some vegan things.
Yeah,
and he really liked it.
Yeah,
like cauliflower wings, and
I'm open to trying stuff like that.
The mushroom flatbread you really liked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
that mushroom flatbread was really good. That shrimp was good too. I really liked that shrimp then. And I'm not normally one.
Where was that one? Where were we? Oh, Jenny's ice cream. All I'm going to say is I'm just going to say this, and Victor's going to give me a really ugly look. All I'm going to say is Jenny's ice cream was amazing. And the Jenny is spelt how my mom's name's spelt, and I've never seen that before, which is really cute. But man, did it go through Victor fast.
Oh my God, it destroyed my stomach. So I don't I don't drink milk. I drink almond milk. I don't even the ice cream that we have at the house now, it's almond milk ice cream, lactose free. And so my stomach really took a beating.
Thank God we weren't on that pedicab any longer.
And I knew that was going to happen, but I was like, apparently this ice cream place is popping. There was a line out the freaking door. I was like, might as well try it, right? The waffle cone was really good too. They make their homemade waffle cone right there. But boy, oh boy, I told Nicole when we got in there, she was showering.
This is my favorite part of the whole trip, honestly.
So Nicole's in the shower, and I like... So in nice hotels, for some reason, always they have this nice, really big shower, but with a glass door. Like I don't understand it because it really makes it inconvenient. Not that I've never seen, or you've never seen your insignificant or your
insignificant to you.
No. It's not that you've never seen your significant other in the nude, right? Because you guys live together, you love each other, whatever. But it makes it uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to brush my teeth or Nicole have to brush her teeth. And I'm sitting over there like, hey, don't look this way because it's weird because I'm cleaning myself, right? And
he was so stressed.
I hated that. So anyway, Nicole is in the shower because we just got back. She's like, I'm going to hop in the shower. I was like, all right. And then within just a few minutes of Nicole getting in the shower, my stomach's just like, and I'm like, oh, God. And I'm like, hey, babe, not to rush you or anything, but, how long are you going to be? She's like, it's been a long day. I'm going to enjoy the shower. I'm going to take a long shower.
Because I have to pack.
Because she had to pack afterwards, so I'm going to enjoy the shower. And I'm like, oh, my God. I was like, okay. And then I try to wait it out. I'm pacing. I'm sweating. I'm clenching. I'm like, I was like, babe, babe, I can't hold it any longer. And I was like, please, just don't look. Just don't look. I just got to sit in and just don't look this way. And I had to I had to go number 2 with Nicole being able to look at me. And it was the most uncomfortable experience of my life.
I don't know why it's so uncomfortable. I couldn't see anything. Like, I would just peek over there and he'd be looking at me and he'd be like, don't look.
I'm in my most vulnerable state.
That's what he said. He was like, quit torturing me in my most vulnerable state. And I was trying to stay in there for as long as I could to be like, you got a wipe. But he's like, I'm not moving.
Heck no. That was not going to happen with her right there. Not even a chance.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah,
because it was like a movie, like he couldn't take it anymore. And it reminded me of the movie White Chicks when you just sit down and you're like...
The feet go sideways and everything.
And it was cute because you acted like this was like our first date. Like, don't look at me. Like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Oh my God, if that happened on the first date.
Why do you care? I know, but like, why did you care so much? But I understand and I respect it. I respect it and I can see, because there's things that I would feel that way about too. But I think that I liked the fact that you weren't just like, oh, I'm just going to go blow up the bathroom and not. It was funny.
I just really don't understand why they don't make it like a normal shower. Like it could look
it's fancy. Glass is fancy.
But it could look just as nice with something curtain? Dark. Not a curtain. It can just be what if it's like a black glass, right? So you can't see the person showering or something. I will
say it is nice because if someone's like in there, I don't like the anticipation of someone behind the shower curtain ready to kill me. And like you're in a hotel and so you're unfamiliar place. Like, how many times am I showering here and you're not home, and I'm like peeking around the curtain every 2 seconds because I'm scared.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you did that.
Yes, I'm scared. Well, I can hear the dog. Usually Paris is sitting there waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then say it's in the morning and you hear, Larry knocking on the door, dropping off packages. Sometimes people help themselves in, and I don't freaking know. So I just like check all the time. So I like not having to do that.
Yeah, I guess that's nice. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you know how sometimes they put like a door for the actual toilet, even inside the bathroom, it's like a separate door or a slide door. Like they could do that. I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable, and it makes it hard to multitask, because it's the toilet, shower, and sink are all open. And it's like, those are 3 separate activities. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. 3
separate activities.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you end up kind of doing them at the same time if that's what you're doing, but they are in and of themselves.
Our hotel was really nice, by the way. It was a really nice hotel. I just was like, let's just stay somewhere nice, because I read a bunch of stuff on the internet, like Airbnb bad, like they had to go rent this expensive hotel because their Airbnb like was bad.
Terrible, yeah.
And I was like, gosh, I just don't want to have to deal with that. So let's splurge a little bit, and I would recommend it.
Something that we haven't done in a while?
Huh?
The Spanish word of the day.
Yeah.
I got a Spanish word of the day for you.
Okay.
And I don't know if I've done this one before, so I'm sorry if I have. But if I have done this before, then you should know it, right?
Yeah.
Comida.
Eat. Food.
Oh. Did you just know that?
Yeah, that I learned in Spanish class. Spanish 101.
Whoa.
Spanish 101.
It's food. Yeah. That's good.
Thank you.
I am impressed.
Yeah.
Because good job. I have nothing else to say. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this dose of Coco. Caliente podcast.
This Nic and Vic dose.
This Nic and Vic duo dose of us.
Dynamic duo.
Dos. The dynamic dose.
Dynamic dose.
And I just got a text message from my sister. So if you're listening to this, she said she got Quattro a gift.
Oh, she already got us a gift and sent us stuff. She got us more?
Yeah, I don't know. She says, she said, I sent Quattro something. Should be there in a couple days. You can wait till the baby shower if you want. It's a few books. Well, way to ruin the surprise.
No, because she was watching her Amazon Live and she saw that.
Oh, the book.
Well, no, she saw that instead of a card, like you ask for a book, and then like your sister would write them a message. So then every time we read the baby the book, he'll be like, "Oh, this is the message from your Aunt Ashley."
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
And hopefully they're in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some Spanish books.
Yeah, we do.
We got for the baby.
For the baby and for myself.
The baby and Nicole are going to be learning Spanish at the same time.
Spanish flashcards we have. My mom got us Spanish flashcards.
El carro.
I'll be, me saying them. I'll be like, okay, Victor, you read this one.
You're gonna tell little Victor, or you're gonna tell me, hey, can you explain to baby Vic what this word is so he understands? And you're like listening intently.
Because I can't roll my R's or anything, so me pronouncing Spanish words is not...
El carro.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be me.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. The easiest way is on the little purple app, Apple Podcasts. Also, you can listen to this anywhere you listen to podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher. You can always go to www.cococalientepodcast.com, and you can check out our merchandise there. Really cool stuff. I like the new design and things that we have. It's awesome. Don't forget to follow us at Coco Caliente Podcast on Instagram and at Coco Caliente Pod on Twitter.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
If you want to be the most interesting person at the cocktail party, well, hop on over and listen to the Brain Candy Podcast.
Our award-winning content will have you laughing while you're learning.
We read all the best articles, books, and studies, and keep up with new TV shows, documentaries, and pop culture. And then we cram it all into 2 shows a week.
Conspiracy theories, cannibal rabbits, unsolved mysteries, the history of the Walkman. There's something for everyone.
The Brain Candy Podcast. Find our link in the show notes.
Or simply search for the Brain Candy Podcast on your podcast app.